piece of paper is for you to write down your own notes and questions, please. You're going to have questions more likely. Just write them down and we'll answer them at the end. Ah, thank you. Great. All right, ready?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I thought you already started. Yep.
All right. All right. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to make drinkable or potable water. All right. This information I'm going to teach you is going to be very important for your survival. But let's put you in a situation where you actually need this. Worst case scenario. Mine and my personal favorite, zombie apocalypse. Right. Worst case scenario going on there. Social structure is absolutely gone. There's no electric, no radio, no water, no sewage, nothing works. The only reason why you've been able to survive for so long in this type of environment is off your emergency and disaster kit that we all have. Stockpile of water in a basement somewhere, right? No. Okay. So now you're out. You're out of water. You had 3 days of water. It's past 3 days. You're out. You need water. Water is very important for your survival. All right? You need to stay hydrated and healthy. But you can't just go out and drink water out of anywhere, a puddle. I mean, that'll actually make it worse. You can get sick off that, actually dehydrate yourself that way, and end up dying. So it won't be the zombies that will get you. It'll actually be dehydration from drinking dirty water. So first thing that we're going to do, well, first, let me tell you, I'm going to demonstrate filtering, sanitizing, and monitoring of the water source. These are all key points that we're going to go over. First key point is actually finding your own water source. I actually went out and chose two. For you those in the area, Blackstone River is going to be one of them, as well as a reservoir near Gators Pub, which is in North Smithfield. But which one is better? Obviously, you can tell which one is a little bit more clear than the other. And why is that? The Blackstone River is going to be your best choice because it's running water. It makes a more difficult environment for bacteria to grow in. So there's going to be less bacteria in this water already. Second one is the reservoir. It's standing water, meaning it doesn't move. So the environment is going to be great for bacteria to grow in. Also, more than likely, there's going to be vegetation and other types of animals, dirty animals, ducks. Where do they go to the bathroom? They go right in that water. So it's even more dirtier, right? So obviously, it's a crisis situation. You take what you can get. But now you know which source is going to be better for you, so you can determine which one is better. All right. Next, we're going to move on to filtration. I have 3 of them for you, but there are obviously other ways. First one I have is just a little, it has its own built-in filter in it, little funnel. All you got to do, right, choose my best water source and run it through, And what we're looking for is to make it just a little bit more clear, just to get the big stuff out. Obviously, there's going to be floaties in here, So obviously, this method is not going to be the best method. It drains quickly, but it's not going to be the best method of use. Second method, what I have here, if you have the capabilities of making a fire, charcoal. Charcoal is a great source of filtration. Why? Chemistry, the charcoal heats up, creates like a magnet. It's actually going to draw out heavy metals in the water and other toxic materials. So that's going to be an excellent source as well. The problem is, right, I'm going to be here all day. It's not going to filter that quickly. If I go too much, I'm going to lose water, all right? So a better filtration device, but the speed kind of decreases on it. Third one I'm going to show you for filtration. Just a wet t-shirt. Poke some holes in it, put it in, right, and just run it through. Again, at a certain point, the water's going to build up, it's going to overflow. Eventually it goes down, it'll take time. And also you're going to lose some water through the t-shirt. What's a better way to make this filtration better? I could probably wrap coal in here, right? Charcoal, I mean. It'll be a better filtration device. Again, it'll take a longer period of time, but you want a better source, a better filter device. The better the filtered water is, the better off you'll be. All right, so obviously I'm filtering. So obviously don't do what I'm doing and not filter at all. I'm just draining into here because there's a hole in this gallon of water. All right, so I completely filtered this. I ran it through. Next step, so we chose our water source. We filtered our water source by any methods. Now we move on to sanitation. I'm going to teach you how to do the bleach. I won't open that one, and there's also a third one. So first off, bleach. Bleach is great. Bleach is awesome. Bleach is going to be your best friend, all right? More specifically, you want the non-scented bleach, okay? I chose this, and I brought it here to show you guys what not to get. You don't want this. Clorox unscented bleach is a great source to sanitize your water, okay? Don't get the lemon and think that you're going to be making lemonade, all right? That's not how that works, okay? Another one, calcium hypochlorite. It's pool cleaner. Get it at any local pool store. And this is all it is. It's granite form. I'll go over that. Third best option you have, again, if you have the capabilities to make a fire, not only do you have charcoal to filter, but you have enough heat to boil your water. Key point, you have to boil your water for 15 minutes. It can't be heating up and steaming. It has to be at the boiling point for 15 minutes. After that, let it cool. Drink it as soon as you can. You can't let it set. You can't let it settle. The bacteria is going to grow back in it too quickly, and you're going to get sick off of it. And then you have to reboil it, which you don't want to do. So I'm going to go over the bleach. Bleach, I love bleach. Gave bleach to a lot of soldiers in Afghanistan. It's awesome. It's great stuff, along with the calcium hypochlorite. For every 1 gallon of water you want to purify to sanitize, 8 drops of bleach. I put bleach in here. I put a hole in the cap. 1, 2, yeah, a little too much, but that's okay. 8 drops for every 1 gallon. Shake it up. Make sure it touched all the sides of the container to help sanitize the container as well. Here's the only thing though. Here's another key point. The only part where the water, the chlorinated water, didn't touch this container was on the cap. The cap is the sealant, right? So you gotta kind of take the cap off, let the water run through to sanitize the lid. Now, you have to wait a half hour. You can't just do it, shake it up, all right, I'm good. Nope, you gotta let the chlorine disperse and kill all the bacteria, and it takes about a half hour to do, okay? Same thing with the calcium hypochlorite, all right? This stuff is 10 times more powerful than bleach, okay? You need 1 grain, 1 tiny little grain for 1 gallon of water, all right? I'm gonna pass this around for you guys to see. Do not open this bag. It has heavy fumes, it's not toxic, but if you breathe it in too quickly and too much, your nose is going to burn and you might pass out. Do not open this. If you do, I will smell it, so will the rest of the class, and I will ask you to leave. There you go. Don't worry, it's not combustible, it's not going to blow up or anything. Again, you can find it at any local pool store. It's great, it's awesome stuff. All right, now, here's the fun part. After 30 minutes of putting the chlorine in, you wait 30 minutes, you got to test it. These are test tabs here. You can find it at any local pool store along with the calcium hypochlorite. I wish I did the PowerPoint, but I knew I had people up here. What you're looking for on the back of these, it shows pH, free chlorine, total alkalinity, yada, yada, yada. You're looking for the free chlorine. Example, I put 8 drops of bleach in here. 5 drops were used to kill bacteria. How many drops of bleach do I have left over? 3. That's your residual chlorine level, or your free chlorine. You want that to keep your water sanitary. Bacteria is always going to grow. No matter if you put bleach in there, it doesn't make it completely 100% bacteria-free. It's going to keep on growing. So the chlorine kills off the bacteria slowly. It kills a lot of it at first, but then it keeps on growing back and keeps on killing it. So you want your chlorine levels to be through 1 to 3 or 4 parts per million, which isn't a lot. Right now, this chlorine, this is about 2. You guys can pass it around and look at it. You're looking at the purple. Again, it's the free chlorine. More than likely, any test strip, it's going to be purple. That's just how the chemical makeup of it is, and that's what they do, okay? So, I chose this water source from the Blackstone River. I filtered it using the charcoal with this funnel, and I sanitized it using bleach. Smell like chlorine? Yeah. Tastes like chlorine too. But you know what? It's sanitary water. It's good water. It's drinkable water. It's important to realize that water is going to be important, very important for your survival in a crisis or disaster situation. One of the key things that happened in St. Louis when Hurricane Andrew came through, they didn't have any water. They didn't know how to make water. And FEMA got blamed for it because they couldn't send them. It was too much. Now you know. And the most important thing is, these steps are so easy and so simple that you can teach anybody you run into during an emergency environment. I hope you all paid attention and you appreciate all this, because not a lot of people know this, and I'm glad to be able to teach it to you today. Questions? No questions. Isn't it toxic?
Yeah.
At certain levels. That's why you want the 1 to 4 part per million. If you're at 10, 20, 30, that's a lot of chlorine. You don't want to drink it because it's too much, you know? But at certain levels, you're going to be fine.
This method works only in disastrous situation.
I mean, you
not
can.
for
Well, actually.
Not for like everyday use, right?
Well, I mean, if you really think about it, that water you get from the bubbler out there, it's chlorinated, but at lower levels.
Really?
Yes. FDA approved.
Water is chlorinated.
It's all chlorinated. All the water that you drink, even from a bottle, it's chlorinated, but it's at lower levels. This is a disaster situation where you really don't have the opportunity to get that specific amount, you know? The water you drink today goes through such an industrial and chemical process that it's purified. This is kind of like a...
Working wastewater.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, even at a sewage treatment plant, at the end of all that whole process,
They still chlorine.
yeah, it's water.
Is there any way that we can separate this chlorine from this water?
Eventually it'll die off because the bacteria takes it up.
It'll just evaporate.
It'll just evaporate, you leave it out in the sunlight. But then again, once all the chlorine is gone, the bacteria is going to grow back in the container.
The only way to keep it that way is to keep it out of the lake.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Who taught you how to do this?
Army, it's my job.
Red
Where's the bag? Oh, okay. This bag would last between 4 people, probably about 4 or 5 months to make clean water, 2 gallons a person a day. Yeah, we gave 25-pound buckets to 70 people units out in Afghanistan. And we were like, that needs to last you the whole deployment. And they're like, dude. And then we would teach them, like, you really only need that much to chlorinate 400 gallons of water? Really? Yeah, dude. That's all you need. I could go on and talk to you guys about the chemical makeup, what it does to the bacteria, but this is it. Disaster situation, this is going to save your life here.
Does that work for salt water?
No. No. Salt water, if you are by the ocean, you get inland and find a natural water source. Salt water, the Marines know how to do that, but I mean, they have like a machine that filters out the salt, and they gotta like switch it out every hour, the filters, just to remove all the salt.
That's what we do with the Navy. It's how they do it. They change the salt water over, but that is a huge process.
Yeah,
It's huge.
I mean, this is sweet and simple. I mean,
Clear
like I
fires.
said, I went down the street and got it from the Black River, which, by the way, isn't that good in Woonsocket because of all the industrial plants back in the day. So there are heavy metals in the water. You know, charcoal takes them out, helps take them out. Obviously, they're still there. I chlorinated that. The only thing I'm worried about is the bacteria that causes my stomach to make me have massive diarrhea for like hours and days to the point where you dehydrate and die.
So does that happen
Not
to
all the bacteria is bad for you, though.
No, you're right.
bottle of water? Like you guys just say something about sunlight. So if you take a bottle of water
Yes.
and put it in the sunlight
For so
Yeah,
many hours,
bacteria.
the
Ever
bacteria
been-
will actually grow.
Ever been to a pool?
for
Ever been to a pool and it's crystal clear, and then the next day, like the sun takes all the chlorine out,
Yeah.
and then you
And then
see
the bacteria
algae,
starts
and the
forming.
algae starts forming again. And the only way to get rid of it is put the chlorine in. And as the sun hits it, the chlorine kills the algae.
Yep.
No, I know because sometimes I leave my bottle of water in my car and
And
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
looks
Yeah.
murky.
Yeah.
That's because
I'm very scared now.
Drink them? Is it gonna, like, hurt
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about like, I mean, there are bacteria out there in the water, natural water sources that are just, just because a deer decided to, go to the bathroom in a stream or something, and
There's a
eventually goes down.
documentary on Netflix
Yeah.
called Monsters Inside Me.
Yep.
And it was something was about like those things, like
Yeah.
in the water, food, whatever.
They're
And these
parasites.
people, yeah.
I mean, they're parasites, bacteria. I mean, stuff could kill you. It's not the zombies you got to worry about. It's your environment, the heat, the cold, the right food to eat. I mean, everybody's like, zombies. Oh, I'm gonna get a machete. I'm gonna get a silencer. But like, yeah, well, where's your food? Where's your water? How are you gonna cook your food? You need to cook at the right temperature to kill all the bacteria that's in your food. What are you gonna do? Oh, you're just going to go bathroom on the lawn? You're going to do that every single day? You're going to go somewhere else, create an unsanitary environment? I mean, over time, you're going to die because of an infection, not a bite. Just saying, I mean, this is my job. I mean, I tell soldiers all the time, it's like, it's not the enemy combatants out there. It is the disease, non-battle injuries. Everything and anything that is not caused by an enemy combatant is like the number one thing that destroys units and soldiers.
What was the reason of checking chlorine level?
Because you want the residual, the free chlorine. The free chlorine is the chlorine that's left over in the system from the chlorine that was used up to kill the bacteria. You want the residual to constantly keep the sanitary, constantly keep on killing bacteria that's in the water.
So it means that if we find that there is no chlorine left.
If there's no chlorine left after you use like bleach, there's a lot of bacteria in that water, and you should probably put more chlorine in it. And after the second time, there's nothing left. There's still no chlorine. Don't drink the water. There's way too much bacteria. There's something wrong with that. You need to just find another source. Yeah.
That is important.
Yeah. Like if I dump like a quart of this Clorox into here and no chlorine showed up on that test tabs, I am not drinking that water. Any other questions?